Hey internet, right, okay, let's get straight to it. RD, what's happening with the RD? Well, I'm waiting for a booking date from a specialist, the chap in Yorkshire, and when I get hopefully when I get a booking date, I'll take it up there, drop it off, and let him deal with it. I'm just bouncing from one thing to another and spending money and what have you, so you know, let's just let the specialist take care of it. You know, chuck a bit of money at it, whatever. So anyway, what have I been buying now? I thought it was about time I had another bike. I haven't bought another bike for a while, and you know, it's a bit like an addiction, isn't it, really? So I thought, well, let's get something, you know, maybe a little bit newer. I've been wanting to take the Transalp off the road for quite some time so I can get the bodywork done. The frame needs painting, the swing arm needs painting, the paint's all crazed up on it, and I'm half a mind to get the whole bike repainted by somebody like Rapier Paintworks. I don't know if you've seen them, they keep popping up on my Facebook and they look excellent. They look really, really good. Some of they always post the images of the work that they've just done, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm thinking maybe we treat the Honda and get her all done. We know it's mechanically sound, and suspension and everything, brakes are all good and what have you. The wheels are good, they're not rotting out. But yeah, so maybe a bit of TLC for the Honda. But of course, it's this time of year when I use it. I love to commute on it, and it saves me a lot of time on my 23-mile commute each way. For the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I've been working full time because I've got a big IT project on. What have I bought? Let's have a look. So it's a 2008 BMW F650 GS, which is an odd name for it considering it's an 800. So it's the 800 parallel twin engine, and gosh, I tell you what, it's a bit modern for me, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I've been commuting on it all week this week, and yeah, it is really well behaved. It's super in traffic. A lot of you will probably go, God, that's a bit dull, but you know what? I really like it. I bought it from an absolutely wonderful lady in Derby, not all that far from here really, and it was sort of sidelining her biking career for a little while, I suppose you'd say, to focus on family, and I absolutely get it. We've all done it in the past, I certainly did, and so rather than it sitting in her garage, not being used and rusting away, I guess it would have in the end, she decided to sell it while it was in such lovely condition. I got such a deal out of it. I can't thank her enough. Thank you, Filipa. It was really, really kind of her. And the bike's come to a really good home. I'm not, you know, I'm not one of these people who are out to try and make money out of it or anything like that. I just really appreciate it. You know what, I lose money hand over fists on the bikes that I've bought and sold. I never make any money at all, and I suppose you could say that you're never going to make money restoring anything, your cars or motorcycles, and you know, they're money pits, aren't they? Anybody who's out there that restores bikes, and I'm sure most of you do on a regular basis, you just chuck money in and you get nothing back, and you end up losing thousands. So anyway, to make room for this, one of them had to go. As you know, I've got a lock-up as well because I just haven't got enough room in my big double garage, so I've had to take a lock-up on and you know, leave bikes down there so I can at least work in the garage in some sort of reasonable space. So the KTM has gone, and you know what, I won't miss it. It was a lovely bike. I mean, it was just it was a lovely bike, really, really well engineered, and like my brother-in-law Duncan keeps telling me, you know, it's a race engine. I mean, in a road bike. I mean, how mad is that? I mean, when I did the oil and filter on it, you know, there's all these intricacies of you've got to backfill the frame with oil, because that's what keeps the top end bearings right, you know, and stops them seizing up when the bike's cold and what have you. It took me like 3 hours to do the oil and 2 filters that it took. Anyway, so the KTM has gone, and the guy who's bought it absolutely loves it. Ex-sports bike rider, and thinks the bike is just fantastic. So I'm really pleased that he's got a deal, and he has. I lost over £1,000 on it, and I had it less than a year. But that's it, isn't it? That's the nature of it sometimes. I suppose I could have just hung on to it forever and, you know, not ignored it, put it up at the lockup and just pretended it wasn't here. Anyway, so that's gone and this is here. And yeah, so anyway, the Filipa, the seller, was just incredible, really. I mean, it's got a full set of BMW Motorrad luggage, which came with the bike, which is fine, but then it's got all these accessories on it, which are just incredible, and must have cost quite a lot of money. The backstory of the bike is, just before I get into the other stuff, the backstory of the bike is it was owned by somebody who owned some sort of rally team. Might have been sponsored by Red Bull, because the Red Bull stickers all over this when I got it. I've since taken them off. And the guy who owned this race team took the bike with him all over the world. You know, when they were shipping the cars out, this would go too. And it's been everywhere. But it's only done 26,000 miles. And that includes in the time that Filipa owned it as well. And she'd owned it for 6 years. So anyway. But yeah, so I thought that was really quite an interesting backstory. But yeah, so full set of luggage. The original seat and this accessory seat. Now, I don't particularly like, I mean, I rode it back with the original seat on, and I found it too soft, too squishy, not very supportive. I felt like I was sitting too far forward on the bike. But this one, it's more like a lovely saddle, and your butt is up against this, so you are in one position. But it is just so comfortable. The seat is far firmer. It's just the right height. I'm 6 foot, and I think it's absolutely bang on for me. But then not only that, it came with she had put these new bark busters on. So I've got the old hand grips, a little sump guard, which isn't on the bike at the moment, and that's not going back on the bike. I've ordered a great big full sump guard and a radiator guard as well, which hopefully should be here next week, so I'm going to get those on. Oh, and let me show you something else. She had bought these Denali LED driving lights. It's got these on at the moment, I think they're Touratech or something, but they disconnected them because if they left them connected for any length of time, the battery was flat when they came to the bike. So they were going to swap them with these Denali ones. They're brand spanking new. They've not been fitted yet, so I'm going to go and see Tom today down at TT Motorcycles and get it booked in and ask him if he can do this for me. And I think there's tyre pressure sensors in, that probably the batteries have gone in the sensors, so I'm going to ask him if he can look at those for me at the same time. And I think that's it really. But anyway, so not only that, but it also came with one of these. I've seen these on the internet. It's for turning a bike round in the garage. You know, it's like a swivelly plate. So, you know, pop the bike on the centre stand, spin it round, which is absolutely fantastic because I've got it out of the garage this morning that way because I wanted to wash it after the week's commute grime was all over it, and you know, I struggled with the transalp, but getting it through that door, it's so wide, it's just incredibly wide. So we've got that, and not only that, I've then got a set of Demon Tweaks, proper big ramp. These are much better than the ones I bought for the trailer last year. So, I mean, it's just brilliant. I mean, I can't be any more pleased. So yeah, that's it really. It was just a quick catch up to let you know what's happening with the RD and why there hasn't been any updates on it. It's definitely going to go, if it doesn't go there, it'll go somewhere else. Tom has already offered to book it in for me. I just thought it'd benefit from going somewhere where they've got a dyno. So yeah, it's definitely going to go to a specialist. I'm not going to do anything else to it for the time being, and I'm going to get my new flying cheese slice, as my wife calls it. Get familiar with this and put some miles on it. Absolutely lovely bike, love it. So what other work do I want to do to the bike? Well, there's not really a lot. There's some signs of corrosion on it, and looking on the forums, they seem to suffer from that quite a bit. It's like all of the engine bolts, the heads are rusted off completely. The paint's quite flaky on the engine casings and the swing arm. So at some point, I'll probably paint them, but not this season. You know, I'm going to use it this year. Yeah, and I did buy a set of stainless steel replacement engine bolts. So I'm going to do that because that'll tidy it up a little bit. It's not tatty, but you know, I just don't like to see the rust on the engine casing really, or you know, on the bolts on the engine casing. Yeah, so here you can see what I mean about these. And they're those awful, is it star head bolts there as well? I don't like them, so they've got to go. And you see what I mean about the paint flaking on the engine casing there? It's just like it's alloy corrosion that's lifted the paint, so yeah, they're going to have to be done at some point. There's a bit of flaking paint on the back wheel, but come on, you know, it's a 2008 bike, but I look at it and I think it's new, you know, it is to me. And I mean, what's this thing about self-cancelling indicators? When did that become a thing? I mean, don't know how they work. I've not got a clue. I mean, sometimes they seem to self-cancel and sometimes they don't. And the only thing I don't like about the bike is, and this is just BMW, and I can moan, I'm German, the right indicator switch is on the right handlebar grip, and the left indicator switch is on the left one, and then the cancel is on the right. But it's like I say, sometimes they cancel, sometimes they don't. I don't know how that works. Anyway, this sounds ridiculous, but my right thumb isn't really used to doing much other than pressing a start button for all these years. So I find that I'm looking down and concentrating on the flipping right indicator thing instead of looking where I'm going. So I'm going to have to get used to that a bit, but it's a minor niggle. So anyway, I think what I'll do is I'll pop down to Tom's now because it's Friday and he'll be open. So I think that'll be a good thing to do. So yeah, okay, I'll take you with me. So I'm really impressed how it rides. It's lovely and smooth. Just back from Tom's and got it booked in for August, early part of August. So he's going to fit those Denali lights for me and sort out this thing with the tyre pressure. He thinks it'll probably just be it's either the sensor that's in the tyre or the battery that's in the sensor that's in the tyre. But either way, it's a common thing apparently. The other things we discussed were the fact that it's a Chinese engine. Now I didn't know that. I mean, I do seem to remember being told that BMW use Rotax for the smaller engines, but I didn't realise now that is it Vogue, the new Chinese bikes that have been flooding the market a bit. You know, the adventure bikes, well, apparently they always used to make the engines for BMW, and now they've started doing bikes themselves. So yeah, Chinese engine. Seems all good to me. It's good. It really rides well. One thing Tom did pick up on, and I'll just show you in a minute, it's got a massive front sprocket on. So I think we're going to have to change that, so I might just get a set of a chain of sprocket set. But yeah, let me show you. So I don't know how well you can see that, but just look at that that sprocket. It's almost touching. I think it is just about touching the rubber cover there. So yeah, he said it will be for speed rather than anything else. So yeah, we're going to have to get a chain of sprocket set, I think, and replace that. I mean, it feels really torquey low down, but I guess it'll be a lot more with the right sprocket on. So yeah, I think I'll go and get those ordered now, and then we'll get them swapped out next week. I mean, hopefully that big sump guard or engine guard and the radiator guard will be here next week, so I can get those bobbed on as well. But yeah, it's a fantastic bike, really pleased with it. Alright, I don't think I've got anything else to tell you at the moment. I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for sticking with me. Okay, bye.